Alright guys, reslived here, and it's time to finish this series. We're going to cover the final 8 characters on the PM roster, and I'm going to give you my picks for the best players of each of them. Let's get started with Part 5.
Ike! Prepare yourself.
Before you say anything, I know Ally is a controversial pick for best Ike. I fully agree that Ally style doesn't play Ike and doesn't play PM, but Ally plays Ally. However, it clearly works. He's won countless tournaments in the Midwest and Canada, beating players like Anther and Dirtboy, and he recently placed 5th at Shots Fired 2 after beating both Hyperflame and Mr. L's. It's very hard to argue with top results like that. If I had to pick a more active Ike player, the next best Ike in my mind would be Envy, since he's coming off some impressive tournament performances after recently switching to solo Ike, and there are still some other Ike players out there trying to make waves. If you want to learn all the ins and outs of Ike, don't watch Ally. But if you want to see someone apply their amazing Smash fundamentals to win at the top level, definitely study Ally.
Marth!
みんな見ていてくれ
Yeah, so Lunchables actually has a good Marth. A very good Marth. And since the next character on this list is obviously Roy, we might as well just go ahead and put the slide up.
Roy!
Alright, perfect. Lunchables has an incredible mastery over Marth and Roy. This so-called child prodigy is the only player to appear 3 times on my list due to his skill with a wide array of characters. He's known for his fantastic spacing game, creative combo game, and of course, his spectacular dash dancing. He's still looking for his first big national win, but he's placed top 4 at the Big Balk, Smash and Splash 2, and Low Tier City 4, and he's got wins over the heavy hitters like Thunders, Mr. L's, and Junebug. Right now, there isn't really anyone with comparable skill or results to Lunchables with these characters, but I will give a small shout out to Sora, who I would deem the best solo Marth main out there right now. If you want to see the Fire Emblem characters played beautifully and at the highest level, definitely keep your eye on Lunchables.
Olimar!
Look, picking the best Olimar player isn't easy, and not even Olimar players can agree with each other on who the best is. I mean, we got .com, who in my mind is easily the best Olimar solo main out there, but he's from a sparse region and he has no good wins or results with the character. We got Dark, who just decided to pick up Olimar the other day and beat everyone in New England for free money, but it's not like he's played enough Olimar to know if he's consistent. In the end, I settled on Shokyo as my pick for the best Olimar because I know Shokyo busts out his Olimar fairly frequently and he's gotten some decent wins under his belt. He's beaten Luck, Oracle, and Dakpo in locals with Olimar, and those are not shabby wins by any means. That being said, this character desperately needs more development and exposure. I mean, who knows, maybe you watching right now could be the next great Olimar player. But until that happens, Shokyo's earned my pick as the current best.
Rob!
Everyone's favorite snake in the grass, Oracle, has been upping the Rob metagame for a very long time now, and it's cool to still see him have some consistency in 3.6 after all the Rob nerfs. His best placement in 3.6 so far was his 2nd place finish at Paragon, but he's still managed some high placements in recent tournaments, including 9th at the Big Balk and 7th at Super Bit Wars. He's got wins over Junebug, Hero of Time, Sosa, IPK, and he's got wins over almost everyone in his home region of Texas. The only other Rob with results even close to Oracle's is maybe Drinking Food, but DF hasn't really put up the results at the national level that Oracle has. Definitely check out Oracle at the T-Lock weeklies if you want to see the best that Rob has to offer.
Mr. Game & Watch!
This should come as no surprise to anyone. Els broke onto the scene in 2015 with his surprise 1st place finish at Paragon, and it feels like he hasn't looked back since. He's placed top 8 in every major he's attended since then, and he recently won another title at Smash and Splash 2. He's got wins on almost all the big names, like Lunchables, Hyperflame, Hungrybox, Thunders, and the list goes on. Els' impact on the PM meta can't be understated. Game & Watch made a huge jump in results and player base after Els showed what was possible at the highest level. And many people have had to learn the ins and outs of Game & Watch solely to fight Mr. Els. Any aspiring Game & Watch players should absolutely study Els so they can push their character to the limits like he has.
Snake!
Mission accomplished
Professor Pro is still the Snake King after all these years. There was a time when Junebug was the undisputed number 1, and Pro was the undisputed number 2. In fact, Pro was able to beat Junebug at tipped off 11. That being said, I can already hear the complaints from the US, but what about Flip? Yes, Flip is good. like stupid good, but his wins don't match up to what Pro has been able to accomplish in 3.6. Not to mention, they both went to the same tourney, Shots Fired 2, and Pro beat Flip in the Ditto and put up a better fight in bracket than him. Since that's all I have to go on, I can't justify giving Flip the best Snake spot. That being said, I can't wait for Pro's return to the States. It definitely feels like it's been a long time since he's competed here, and I want to see him come back and see if his results have changed. Until then though, he's still my pick for the best Snake.
Sonic!
You're too slow!
Alright, I'm gonna open with something a little controversial here by saying that there are no great Sonic players. Seriously. After Wizrobe dropped PM, no one's come close to matching those kind of high level results. However, every region has their own up-and-coming Sonic, whether it be like Ghoulie in Connecticut, J-Fist in Florida, Gab PR in Puerto Rico, or even Star all the way in Australia. Hell, I had to come back and re-record this segment just because Aeon beat everyone in SoCal out of local the other week, but I gotta clarify that one tournament does not make you the best Sonic. I'm still sticking with Xenokids as my pick for the best, because he's been a consistent, strong contender for a good while now, and he's the only Sonic in recent memory with a major top 8 placing. He placed 5th at Final Boss, and he also placed 17th at the Big Bout, where it should be noted he outplaced Aeon. He's also got wins over Yador, Blue, Arrow, Machiavelli, and plenty of other top players. Sonic is one of those characters that I think I can safely say still needs a lot of development. People are finding new tricks with Sonic all the time. But until Sonic gets fully developed, Xeno in my eyes has earned his spot as the current best Sonic. Alright guys, that's it. Those were my picks for the best players of each character in the entire roster of Project M 3.6. If you haven't seen the other parts, don't worry, I've linked them in the description below. Also again, major shoutouts to LPAG, who's been kind enough to put all these character slides together. I of course have linked his Twitter below. Seriously, if you've enjoyed this series, absolutely give him a follow. If any of my choices for best players you disagree with, go ahead and leave a comment below discussing who you would have chosen as the best player. Remember, these were just my opinion, nothing official or anything, so I'm sure it will change over time, and I'd love to see the discussion. Last but not least, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I've got a lot more Smash content planned out, and I'm sure you don't want to miss it, so please subscribe so you know when that stuff goes live. Thanks again for watching, and this is reslived signing off.